Hey everyone, welcome to Stuffed Up Crypto. My name's Steve and this is a place where we look at all things crypto. Today I thought we'd have a quick look at our TradingView charts and some of the indicators that we use. So let's go over to the TradingView chart. We're on Bitcoin, USDT. So we're looking at Bitcoin today on the 4-hourly. The first indicator here that we have is the VMCA indicator, which is the green dots, the diamonds, and the EMA ribbons. Now, I've modified the VMCA indicator. There are more indicators. Sometimes you get too many indicators and too much information, okay? The other indicator we're using here is Super Trend, buy and sell indicator. And the third indicator is the VMC Cipher B indicator. So if we have a look here, the super trend indicator is telling us to buy as of the 21st of December, which was yesterday. And since then, the market is moving on its way up. Over here, the super trend indicator told us to sell here before the big dip. Would have got us out just in time. Buy here before this, sell here. This is all on the 4-hourly. Buy here, sell here. Now, don't just use the super trend indicator by itself. What is a really good indicator is our ribbon bands here. What I look for is when they converge and they flip and the colour changes. Now, when the colour changes from red to green, that's telling us the time to buy. So what I've done here is set the colours. So what I've done here is green on an up, red on a down to make life simple. The green indicators on the ribbon, we got the buy indicator. We also have volume here. So we have our volume indicator. And if we'd have zoomed in at that time, we would see more closely the volume candles. And we also have the VMC B indicator at the bottom. So if we come back over here, we can see this is our stochastic indicator on the VMC Cipher B. This is our RSI indicator. This is our money flow indicator. And this is the momentum indicator. Now we have dots indicate to us that it could be potentially a time to buy. The red dots tell us we need to look at, could be a time to sell coming up. Green, a time to buy possibly, red, a time to sell. This is all on the 4-hourly. So we put everything together. We put the super trend indicators together with the flipping band indicator, together with the buy sell indicators, together with VMC Cipher B indicator. So it's a pretty simple setup. So when we're looking at the current time frame and we're working here, we have our volume indicators to give us an idea that, okay, if we're getting a buy green dot, we're getting a buy candle, are we getting volume to go with that? And also, what does our VMC indicator tell us? Well, it tells us here that it was just flipping from below to high, that money is moving up. Volume is not too bad. We have the buy indicator, the green candle, and this is where we are now. The ribbons have flipped and they're green as well. Okay, we can go to different time frames. If we go to the daily, you can see here on the daily, the ribbons haven't flipped yet. So according to the daily, we're still not in a position to buy. But on the daily, if we look at the VMC B chart, we can see there is a lot of momentum here, a lot of buy signals, and we're coming from deep down. So when we look here, we would have seen on the daily, when we zoom out, we can see things more clearly. This is a time where the ribbon flipped and it's time to buy. We had a buy indicator, ribbon flip, time to buy. Sell indicator came in, the ribbons hadn't flipped yet. Because it's on the daily, the ribbons are a bit slower, okay? But the sell indicator is telling us, okay, look, we might want to look at selling here. Red dot is also telling us we might want to sell. Blood diamond telling us, really, we've got to start thinking about selling. Then the ribbons flipped. When the ribbons flip, okay, with all these other indicators, then we put all that together and say, okay, this is probably a good time to sell. Here, when we get the buy signal again, the ribbons flip, we get the buy indicator, good time to buy. So if we followed these indicators, we would have bought in at the bottom here and sold out near the top here. We would have bought in at the bottom, way over here in October 20. We had some sell and buy indicators on the way up, but the main thing is we would have sold at the top. We had a sell indicator. We had a red ribbon flipping from green back to green, but then we got the red ribbon here. So even if we bought and sold in this area here where we trended sideways, we would have broke even or maybe lost a little bit. But the main thing is we would have gotten out before the dip, and then we would have been in a position to buy back when the ribbon flipped and we had our indicator. You can also use it on different time frames. Go back to the 4-hourly. You can see here on the 4-hourly how in the recent dip, the ribbon flipped here. If we'd have followed our indicators here, we would have not got caught up in this big dip. Same up here. If we'd have followed the indicators, we got a sell. We've got lots of conflicting buy-sell indicators, dots that are telling us we need to be on the lookout for something happening. Then here we got the red ribbon flipping. As soon as it flipped, you may have gotten out about here, but you would have missed all this. Okay? Using simple indicators like this, you can get a really good overview about what's happening. You can also zoom into the 1-hourly and you can go lower if you like. If you're scalping, this might be handy, but even on the hourly, we've got our indicator here. If we would have followed the hourly, we would have got the indicator to sell. 2 blood diamonds telling us, hey, something's really bad's going on here. The ribbon had flipped red and then the big crash. So this crash was no surprise. We had 2 blood diamonds, we had a sell indicator, we had a red dot, and we had a red ribbon. And we had that for a couple of days while we were trending sideways. So there was really no reason to get caught here because all the indicators were giving us the answers. The time frame I prefer to use this on is the 4-hourly because we get our sell indicator with our blood diamond, we get our ribbon flipping, and we get our other indicators here which tell us sell. We're out before all this dip. And when we go out to our daily, when we zoom out, we see, okay, our ribbons haven't flipped here yet, but our VMC B indicator is telling us that since the 5th of December, we've been building momentum and it's looking to now moving up more quickly, looking now to flip over. So this would indicate that within about 3 days, Bitcoin should be rising. Okay, so hopefully I've kept it simple for you and you can see some of the indicators that we use here on our trading view. As I said before, the 4-hourly seems to be the one that gives us our best indications. If we're not scalping, if we're not in and out all the time, then on the 4-hourly we can see sell here, ribbon change, red sell, blood diamond, wait for the green, wait for the ribbon to flip, wait for the green indicator here, and we would have gone in here, riding this all the way. We would have had a 55% increase off that buy indicator. then off this sell indicator. If we go right back to here, we use our sell indicator. We could have potentially saved ourselves another 40% in this dip. Put it all together, and using these three simple indicators, you can get a good picture of what you need to do. Hope you enjoyed looking at these three simple indicators that we use on this particular chart. Thanks a lot. Talk again soon.